Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for Monday, March 7. Starting with the daily chart here, this has been one of our main counts where we've had wave 3 with an A and a B and a C here for wave 4, and then moving up here. Now this particular move up through here can be counted as corrective or impulsive. However, this particular move that's been moving up through here, where we looked at it as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, has dropped quite deeply through here. So this market is really sort of in tune with the equity markets, and we can see that they're dropping lower, obviously with the European markets leading lower. So we're probably going to go lower. So this count will probably be null and void at this on the break of that low there. But even so, this looks impulsive to the downside here anyway, so we can look at this not as 1 and 2 now. We'll have to look at this like with one of our other counts. So I'll just have a look at this triangle pattern here. It's possible that the triangle pattern is still in play, but yeah, I mean, normally you would see it a little bit differently than this. So it's I'm not feeling it here for this at the moment for the triangle pattern. It's possible. But it's not there. It's more likely to be this count here, which is a count that we've been been looking at it here and there. So looking at this as wave 4, so this would be wave 1 here and 2 here, and then 3 and 4 and 5 coming down. So an expanded flat taking the top out here, or taking the top out here, just depending on how you view that, and also then taking out the low here. So seeing it down at $25 mark would probably be about right for this. And as I mentioned, it is an asset. It is following equities, and we're seeing those markets move lower as well. So it's a very high probability that we've got further downside. Is it possible to look at this as wave 1 up here and then all of this as wave 1? Or let's just go to I think the tick chart 2000 we can use before we go in and have a look at anything here. Let me just bring in a bit more data. So yeah, so a couple of other counts there. Is it possible to, in all of this here, is it possible to look at keeping that as 2 here? I'm just going to put that over here for a moment. Is it possible to look at, we're looking at that as wave 1 before and wave 2 here. Is it possible to look at all of this as wave 1? Yeah, well, it is actually, but like I said, it's a little bit of a long shot, and I'll just pop it here from it. So we're basically at the 61.8% mark here. So it could go up from there, but I'm not really getting a corrective pattern within this space. So we could look at it in 2 different ways. You could look at it as wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and then all of this is 3 to here and 4 and 5 to here. You could also look at it all as wave 1 and 2 to here, and then 3 to here and 4 to here and then 5 to here. But either this little move here as the 5th wave or this one as the 1st wave here, it's a little bit sort of hopeful, you know. But look, I'm not saying that it's not possible, because you know, we've seen weird things before, so it's possible, but it's probably not the case. So we're really looking at this situation. So we'll just see how that goes, but basically we're looking at the market moving lower. So we can look at, actually I don't even need those here. We can look at this being wave 1 here and wave 2 here. I'll just map this out a little bit, and then we can have a look at it in some detail here. There was another move too in the bigger picture that I wouldn't mind sharing as well. I'll get to that on the weekly chart. So in a nutshell, I would be assuming that this would be wave 1 here and coming back for wave 2, and then we would have wave 3 here and 4 and 5, and also too, I guess that if we look at the length of this here, just comparing it over there, that would leave, it's not quite right, sorry, lost the plot. I don't normally do it this way, but so we take the length of that and drop that down onto this here. So that would give us wave 3 down here at 161. So down here at, so that's basically wave 3 at 25 and a bounce for 4 and then down for 5 here. So that's where that could take us. Obviously we need to do some more work on that, but so bring us down into that low there. But I don't particularly like that as a wave 4, I have to say. We'll look at that in a moment. But basically this is what the pattern is telling me, you know. So I think that, you know, there's not many folks that sort of short this. Most folks are hodlers. But in a way, we're going to see some sort of rally here. On that rally, then we can look for the B wave short at that point, and we can work on that tomorrow. But this needs to land here and needs to go back up because there's a beginning, a middle and an end of a trend. And yeah, so but that can work itself 3, 4 and 5 coming into this space, because we would want wave 3 here to be longer than wave 1. Wave 1's quite big, you know, in terms of sort of amplitude, but not really in distance, you know. But still, we'll just have to see this come down, and obviously that would be sort of at the 30,000 at that point. So I'll just plonk that in there for that. And of course we've got the 40,000 there. I just wanted to go to the, because that brings us down quite low. If we go from 3 to 4 to 5, that's bringing us quite low. So first of all, just before I leave here, it's possible that we could just continue up from this point, but based on that move down through here, it looks rather impulsive rather than corrective. So we'll need to see really nice solid support on 40, and then I'll need to see it start climbing through 41 and so on for that to play out here. I mean, we can expect it to come back up in terms of a rally, but we'll need an impulse wave and, you know, nice classic trading level support, giving, you know, nice sort of setup at that point there. So yeah, anyway, we'll see. The other point that I wanted to make too is that, I mean, this be coming down too low, 24, 25 for a wave 4. So I think looking at the bigger picture as well, so if we looked at this as wave 1 over here and wave 2 here, it's going back to the beginning a little bit, and then wave 1 and 2 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, the fourth wave and the fifth wave here. I mean, it's made a high. I mean, sometimes the fifth wave is truncated anyway, you know, but it has made a new high. Ethereum's was higher still. So in that case, we could look at all of this as wave 1 to the upside with an A and a B and a C here for wave 2. And that would be more presentable than a wave 4, you know, because even if I took this here, this low here of wave 2 to wave 3 top here, I mean, realistically, the 38.2% retracement levels across here, so it's never really sort of, you know, it's okay coming to 50, but it's stretching down into 61.8%, and now it's going to be down into 61.8% as a wave 4. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so. So yeah, that sort of bothers me a little bit. So I think having it as a wave 2 here would be more presentable. And also too, you know, when you look at this pattern here, because, you know, to me this is like a penny stock, you know. Yes, I do believe that it's going to go up further because, you know, the blockchain's not going away and Bitcoin's layer 1 money, so, you know, store of value or whatever you want to call it. So it's not going away. It's just that we know that, you know, the wave 1s and 2s can have, you know, pretty deep corrections, you know. So I think that we're kind of going to have something like this again. same but different, you know. So I wouldn't be surprised if we come down into the 20,000 mark for all of this. So I'd probably imagine we come down to these old lows here. You know, that's kind of a bit of a flaw there with all of those. So if we just take the lower end of all of that for the A wave, so coming down into just below 30,000, we could get away with it as a wave 4. We could, you know, put the wave 4 over here. But, you know, like I said, the 38.2% retracement level is here, so we're sort of barking up the wrong tree, I reckon. But anyway, that's that. But let's go in and have a little look at this on the tick chart now. We were looking at it on 100 ticks, so let's go in there and check on that. So I need to bring in a little bit more. So this wave 3 here that we've been talking about, and wave 4 here, so then we have to look at the, if we're looking at it this way, we need to look at it as wave 1 here with an A and a B and a C wave here. The C wave was rather sharp, so that's why I didn't sort of go with it initially, but now looking at this impulse wave down through here, I mean, I was aware of, we talked about all of this, but now that this move down through here is looking sort of impulsive, so I'll just remove this labeling and that labeling there just for a moment. But I was looking at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and ABC for 2, then down for 3. I could probably get 3, 4, and 5 in there. That might sort of work a little bit better, actually. Yeah, I might have to do that. Anyway, I'll I'll make a note of that. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here, and we'll just go with this for 3, 4, and 5 for 1 here and 2 here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave, and then down for the fifth wave here. So basically 1 and 2 in here, and 3 here, and 4 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm thinking that we've got this move down here to some sort of move into this space to go, and then we've got this ABC. Because it's normally, you know, when we're looking at 40 here, at a large number, we're looking at group 1 above and group 2 below as like holding it there, you know. When this group 2 here, the lower end here, the 36,500, once that becomes the retested resistance, then we can look for the market to go down further. So I may have counted it wrong just in here on a little bit, but generally speaking, it's, you know, it's hard to see this as a corrective move. So coming back to this low here, can we see all of this up here as wave 1? Possibly, like I said, just, you know, using this as wave 1 and 2 here, but it doesn't, you know, it's a bit small. Or we could go, you know, the third wave here, the fourth, as an A and a B and a C for the fourth here, and then the fifth wave here. So we could have it like that, but like I said, I'm not really feeling it here. So for me to turn bullish, I would now need to see the 43,000, the top of group 1, as a tested support, or a damn good impulse wave to the upside here. And because markets are following the you know, this could rally back to the 50-60% here for that wave 2 here. But, you know, it's just starting to see cracks in the pavement in the equity market. And first of all, the banks came through first, as you may know, if you're watching the US stock videos. So the banks were sort of the first to sort of show weakness in a particular structure that broke down. And then we've seen it in the DAX breaking 13,500, intermediate wave 4 overlapping an intermediate wave 1. So then we started to look at some of the other equities as well, and so we can start to see them a little bit differently. So we're either in a much bigger wave 4 to the downside, or wave 2. And this market, the Bitcoin, has been following the equity market, so I think it, you know, is likely to continue. You know, markets mirroring each other in fear mode. That will just continue until they don't. And at the moment, they are mirroring each other, so it's likely to see them down. So is Bitcoin bullish? Possibly, but the bias is to the bearish side now. That's what I can see. So yeah, you'll need to make your decisions based on, you know, on that. So we'll come down, if that's the case, we'll come down for 30 for a bounce and for wave 3 and so on, and then continue down. And Ethereum's the same as well. Exactly the same as pattern. I won't bore you to death with that, but it's exactly the same pattern through here, and it's also testing this low through here as well. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. So we're kind of going to the bearish side now based on that minute wave 4 over here, and yeah, we didn't get our 5 waves up here that we were looking for. Can we still get them? Very slim chance, but possible. Need to have 4,300, the top of group 43,000 as the tested support, and then I would turn bullish again. But otherwise, I'll be on the bearish side, and soon as group 2 here, the 36,500 becomes the retested resistance, then we'll be coming down, making new lows below this wave 3 over here. In terms of trading this here, as I mentioned, this move down through here, I could have it wrong by one wave in here. That would leave me with yeah, just leave me with the deeper. It'd leave me with the deeper scenario in here. It would bring me in here a little bit further. It would bring me down. This one here would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here, but the other one would bring me 4 and 5 coming down a bit deeper in here before we have a corrective rally. So we'll pick it up tomorrow, but it's that B wave low there that we'd want to of 2 B of 2 that we'd need to short at that point. So, but either way, the 36,500 as the retested resistance. We'll see it lower at that point. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.